What's going on, guys? Teen Mechanic here. I think you guys already saw the thumbnail as a bit of a teaser there, and that's right, I finally have something cool, something worth my time, according to some people, and others maybe not so much. To be honest though, I don't really give a crap what anybody says, because this car means a lot to me. There's an interesting story behind it and how I came to own it, and you know what, quite frankly, this is what I am gonna drive and put my time into. I think this is gonna be my car, which is something that has been sought after for a long time for me, because my turnover rate for vehicles is so high. I don't actually have a like core car, you know, that everybody knows, oh, that's Joe's car. No, it could be different, you know, every single time. I even have that Ford over there, which I'll get into, and then that Chevy behind it, I traded for the Ford, and then the guy dropped it off to do some more work. So it just, like, there's so much moving around, it's crazy. The last video on this channel was of the Oldsmobile. That has since been sold, a long time ago actually. That Oldsmobile I bought from the same guy that sold me this car, which is Kyle in the Classics of Searching for Classics. He's a friend of mine, and he's had this car for quite some time. He put quite a few miles on this sucker and drove it all around the province of Alberta for 2 years. And, or no, maybe it wasn't 2 years. I'm thinking about a different car, but I don't know. It was definitely one whole season. I don't know. I don't remember everything, but I know that he had done several cruises with the thing, and he definitely racked up quite a few miles on it. And it has been, it had treated him very, very well. And as you can see, aside from that, there's really no rust on this thing. I'll show you the underneath here in a half second. This has been an Alberta car all its life, and was owned by a collector for many, many years. And this is definitely as nice as one of these is gonna get. That's for sure. Now you're wondering maybe how much I bought it for. The answer is actually a tough question to answer, because I had a 2008 Mitsubishi Lancer that I picked up for $1,000 in conjunction with a 2000 Lincoln Continental as a package deal. $2,000 for both cars. Picked up both cars, and I sold the Lincoln pretty much right away, which is opposite to what I wanted to do. My plan was to drive the Lincoln as my car and then sell the Lancer and make a few bucks on it, because it was $1,000. Anyway, the opposite ended up happening, and I ended up driving the Lancer, which was a 5-speed, you know, ES, you know, had a spoiler, you know, whatever it was. Not my cup of tea. If anybody who knows me, despite my age demographic, I am absolutely not all about that kind of a car, which is just my preference. So anyway, when the idea came along that, hey, maybe I'll trade it for the Chevelle, it ended up working out pretty well. Now I'm going to address the elephant in the room right now. It's a four-door. It's a four-door Chevelle. It's not a Chevelle Malibu. It's a Chevelle 300 Deluxe, as you can see. Take a look at it in all of its glory. That's a 300 Deluxe, which means what exactly? Well, it's a deluxe. Must mean it's pretty darn cool. You Chevy guys already know what it means. In fact, anybody that's older than 40 years old knows what that means. It means it is the opposite of deluxe, and the lowest possible trim level you could get, with the only option being mirror. That then begs the question, what exactly are we working with down here? All right, that was tricky. So what's it got as a drivetrain then, you might be asking? Well, as you can see, this is the iconic 350 cubic inch. Oh wait, sorry. That's a 2. This is a 250 inline 6, which is the, oh, what's it called? 155 horsepower. It's like a turbo glide or something like that. I forget what it is. The transmission is a 2-speed power glide. This is like a turbo glide or a turbo matic or something. I forget. The name's already on screen. Anyway, as you can see, it looks okay. It's not looking crazy terrible, but it's not looking fantastic either. It definitely needs quite a bit of work. This engine's not particularly well equipped. I mean, as I said, 155 horsepower and whatever it's called. it didn't come with a ton of options. Neither did the entire car. As you can see, this AC compressor is aftermarket with the unit inside that you'll see. This thing came from the factory with two options: power steering and alternator. Now, obviously, I'm kidding about that, but it's interesting to see how bare bones it is. I mean, you've got a fan, an alternator, a crank pulley, and that's about it. The power steering and the AC are obviously extras, and the AC is not something that came with this car from the factory. I'll start it up and you'll see where the issue lies. Let's go ahead and open this door here. Oopsie. All right. There's the door buzzer. What's going on here? There you go. It's definitely in need of a tune-up, that's for sure. There you go, she's smoothed out. When this thing cold starts, it shakes like mad. You can actually see, let's see if it does it. Yeah, you can't see it on camera, but the engine mounts are so shot that this engine rocks back and forth so much. It's kind of crazy. But it runs fantastic. I just drove it. The AC technically works, but I need to find a way to get a dual groove. Probably power steering pulley and other things. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but we'll find out. I'll show you around the inside. This here is a very nice looking interior. Oh, and she died. There you go. Okay, here we are in the interior. As you can see, we're working with 84,284 miles. And the dash is not cracked. Huh, interesting. It seems like it wants to die. Anyway, you've got the aftermarket AC unit down here, which is absolutely massive. It does work, but not crazy well. Yeah, as you can see, it's actually in very nice shape. The only blemish I've found on the interior so far is right there on the door panel. Back seats, wonderful shape as well. Headliner, wonderful shape. Let's take it for a little test drive. As you can see, manual brakes. Not the nicest to drive, but that's okay. Alright, here we are on a little cruise. So, this is a 2-speed power glide, like I mentioned, which means what exactly? Well, it means that it definitely screams on the highway. It's funny because it once you've shifted, like, let me show you when second gear comes in. So you're driving right, just normally. There's second gear. So now we're in second gear. That's the same gear that you go on the highway with. And it's just, it does scream. I mean, it'll do 60 just fine, but it screams. Horn works. Yeah. This is a nice car. They couldn't even afford the clock. Like, this is definitely bare bones, but it's still a Chevelle. It's a 4-door Chevelle, but it's a Chevelle, and it's not a Malibu. So this is an incredibly rare car that, in fact, Kyle with Searching for Classics, Kyle and the Classics wrote an article about this car, actually, and it's really interesting to read. I recommend you read it. You can even just type in on Google if you want, 1970 Chevy Chevelle Sedan 300 Deluxe, and if you click on Google Images, you'll see a picture of this car with an article about it. it's really quite something to see an actual, like, there's a measurable interest level in this car, just because you don't see them anymore. No, they're not gigantic big block Chevy two-door SS models that everybody seems to want. You can't disregard the existence of what most people drove around in and what most people remember, quite frankly, considering the fact that not everyone could afford a big SS back in the past. You can hear it misfiring. That's okay. Oh. Metal is all straight and original. This is the worst of the rust on the entire car, so I honestly expect a paint job in the future. But it is in fantastic shape, and it's a privilege to own it. It really is. Anyway, guys, I've got sweat coming off of me like absolutely crazy. It's so hot today, it's insane. I shouldn't be wearing jeans, but I thought I'd bring you the car anyway. Show it to you. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys want to see more of it, because you definitely will in the future. This is going to be my car for the time being, and I'm really happy with it. It's a cool looking car. Before I sign off, I want to show you another thing too while I'm at it. This here is my 1992 Ford F-150 four-wheel drive long box single cab 351 Windsor, and let's see if it's unlocked here. So basically this is what it comes with. Nothing much. It's an XLT. I just wanted to show it to you guys because this is the other truck I have. I missed my brick nose enough. I bought this at the junkyard, and then it broke down on me 3 times in a row, and I was absolutely tired of it. So I decided this was up for sale. I said, hey, you want to trade? He said, sure. And now it's just here because, of course, I network and make connections, and I'm going to do some work to it. But anyway, I don't even want to go into this. To be honest, I was going to film a video on it. I don't even want to go into it. It's just, I don't care about it. I mean, it's a Chevy. I was really excited to own it. It's a 305 Vortec 4-wheel drive, but it just was too much. I was pumping money into it that I didn't have, so I traded it for a running, driving truck. Call me stupid, maybe I am, but I needed a truck that ran, and this one has a longer box and is 4-wheel drive, so it didn't really bother me that much. The only issue with this truck, it's hard to see it, but there's a little bit of surface rust. But I don't know, I'm willing to look past that and through it and into it. But yeah, that's been my track record. T-Bird just sold. I still have it in the garage, but the T-Bird is sold, conditionally anyway, for $5,900. The Cadillac I still have, and I'll give you a little sneak peek on the Caddy if you want. Okay guys, you're gonna have to excuse the mess, but unfortunately, if this is any sneak peek here, take a look at this. Oh my God. Yeah. So if you're interested in seeing what's gonna happen with the Caddy, definitely stay tuned. Here's the T-Bird that just sold. I've got to figure out something to do with this car because it's in pretty rough shape. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like. If you didn't, give it a dislike, but let me know how I can improve, and let me know what you want to see with this Chevelle. I'm excited about it. I mean, it's a Chevelle. I can say I've owned a Chevelle. How cool is that? Yeah, I don't care what kind of Chevelle. It's still a Chevelle. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like I said, let me know that you did, and there'll be more where it came from. I'll see you very soon in the next one. Bye-bye. Hang on a second. This is gonna be tough. Oh my goodness. God, I don't know if I can do this one-handed. Hang on a second. Let's see here. Oh my God, let me put this down. All right, that took quite a bit. That latch needs to be lubed up or something. Oh my God, what is happening here? All right, that was tricky.